Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraya Nasta Prayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistaki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 73, text number 1 through 9. Is there any kind of Hindi translation going on in the back, or how is it working? What's the story with the translation? Any translation required? Yeah? Translation happening? Kaun अनुवाद करेंगे? Okay. So सभी कुछ लोग अंग्रेजी नहीं समझते, कृपया पीछे बैठेंगे. It's chapter 73. 7-3. Chapter is entitled Lord Krishna Blesses the Liberated Kings. Okay? Yeah? That support is nice. Or some asana that I can sit like this. So let's start by reading shlok number 9. No shlok, kyunki no shlok ek purport ke paas. There's a purport in the 9th shloka. So we're going to start with 9 and then we'll go back. Okay? Shlok number 9. Nainam nathanusayamo Nainam nathanusuyamo Magadam madhusudana Magadam madhusudana Anugraho yad bhavato Anugraho yad bhavato Rajnam rajya chutir vibho Rajnam rajya chutir vibho Nainam nathanusuyamo Magadam madhusudana Anugraho yad bhavato Ragnam rajya chutir vibho Nainam nathanusayamo Magadam madhusudana Anugraho yad bhavato Rajnam rajya chutir vibho Nainam nathanusuyamo Magadam madhusudana Anugraho yad bhavato Ragnam Rajye Chutir Vibho. Please chant. Nainam Natanusuyamo Magadam Madhusudana Anugraho yad bhavato Ajam Raja Chutir Vibho. Nainam Natanusudamo Magadam Madhusudana Anugraho yad bhavato Rajdam Rajya Chutir Vibho. Nainam Natanusuyamo Magadam Madhusudana Vaishnavis, na, not, enam, with this, nata, O Master, anusuyamaha, anusuyamaha, do we find fault? Magadham, the king of Magdha, Madhusudana, O Krishna, Anunugraha, mercy, yat, since, Bhavataha, your, Rajnam, of kings, Rajya, from their dominion, Chutihi, the falling, Vibho, O Almighty One. Translation and purport by the disciples of His Divine Grace, Srila Bhai Charnarvinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Translation. O Master Madhusudana, we do not blame this king of Magda, since it is actually by your mercy that kings fall from their royal position, O Almighty Lord. Purport. It is significant that upon seeing Lord Krishna and thus becoming purified of their sins, the kings did not feel any mundane hatred or bitterness towards Jarasandha, who had imprisoned them. Simply by seeing Lord Krishna, the kings came to the position of Krishna consciousness and spoke these verses, which show deep spiritual wisdom. Once again, the verse. Nainam natanusuyamo magadam madhusudana anugraha yad bhavato rajnam raja chutir vibho. Now, before we give the class, we're starting a new chapter today, Ajnaya Adhyay, Chapter 73. Lord Krishna blesses the liberated kings. So I'm going to read the brief chapter summary that Srila Prabhupada writes. And I'm also going to read texts 1 through 8. Okay? Here's the chapter summary. Chapter 73. Lord Krishna blesses the liberated kings. This chapter relates how Lord Shri Krishna, after freeing the kings imprisoned by Jarasandha, mercifully gave them his audience and bestowed royal gifts upon them. When Lord Krishna freed the 20,800 kings Jarasandha had imprisoned, they immediately fell to the ground to pay him obeisances. Then they stood with joined palms and began to pray to him. Seeing their imprisonment as an act of mercy by the Lord to smash their false pride, the kings prayed only to be granted whatever would facilitate their perpetual remembrance of his lotus feet. The Lord assured the kings that their prayer would be fulfilled. He instructed them, "Worship me by performing Vedic sacrifices and protect your subjects in accordance with the principles of religion. Fixing your minds upon me, beget progeny, and remain always equipoised in happiness and distress." Just a note, can we turn this fan off? It's making a lot of noise. I'm having difficulty hearing. Ye panka ki upar piche wala kripa aap band karenge. Dhanyawad. Fixing your minds on me, beget progeny, and remain always equipoised in happiness and distress. Thus, at the end of your lives, you will surely attain me. SriSriRadhaRasbihariTemple ki jai, Shri Gaura Thai ki jai, Shri Sitaram Lakshman Hanumanji ki jai. Ecstatic. Lord Krishna then saw to it that the kings were properly bathed and dressed, and he had Sahadev offer them flower garlands, sandalwood pulp, fine clothing, and other things suitable for kings. After having them adorned with jewels and golden ornaments, he seated them on chariots and sent them off to their respective kingdoms. In accordance with the orders the Lord had given them, they began to carry out their various duties once again. Lord Krishna, Bhima, and Arjuna then departed for Indraprastha, where they met with King Yudhisthira and related to him everything that had happened. Text 1. I'm just going to read the translations for lack of time. Shukadev Goswami said, Jarasandha had defeated 20,800 kings in combat and thrown them into prison. As these kings emerged from the Giridroni fortress, they appeared dirty and shabbily dressed. They were so emaciated by hunger, their faces were dried up, and they were greatly weakened by their long imprisonment. The kings then beheld the Lord before them. His complexion was dark blue, like the color of a cloud, and he wore a yellow silk garment. He was distinguished by the Srivatsa mark on his chest, his 4 mighty arms, the pinkish hue of his eyes, which resembled the whorl of a lotus, his lovely cheerful face, his gleaming makara earrings, and the lotus club, conch shell, and disc in his hands, a helmet, a jeweled necklace, a golden belt, and golden bracelets and armlets decorated his form, and on his neck he wore both the brilliant, precious Kustuba gem and a garland of forest flowers. The kings seemed to drink his beauty with their eyes, lick him with their tongues, relish his fragrance with their nostrils, and embraced him with their arms. Their past sins were eradicated, and the kings all bowed down to Lord Hare, placing their heads at his feet. Text 7. The ecstasy of beholding Lord Krishna, having dispelled the weariness of their imprisonment, the kings stood with joined palms and offered words of praise to that supreme master of the senses. Text 8. The king said, "Obeisances to you, O Lord of the ruling demigods, O destroyer of your surrendered devotees' distress. Since we have surrendered to you, O inexhaustible Krishna, please save us from this terrible material life which has made us so despondent." And once again, today's verse, text 9. "O Master Madhusudana, we do not blame this king of Magda, since it is actually by your mercy that kings fall from their royal position, O Almighty Lord." Om Jnanatimrandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Shtapitam Yena Bhutale Svayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Svapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Parakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatan Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Bhavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So it is my great honor and pleasure to be here this morning in SriSriRadhaRasbihariTemple Mandir, Haribo, here in Juhu, Mumbai, Srila Prabhupada's office. Before I begin to speak, I seek the blessings of all the Vaishnavas gathered together today. His Grace Raj Bihari Prabhu, Maharaj, thank you. Maharaj is going to Mauritius tonight for Prachar. Let us offer our gratitude and appreciation to Maharaj by loudly chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna, Hare, Hare. Hanumanji is here, and so many exalted Vaishnavas. So, Kripaya, Aap Sab Ashirwad Dijiye. Please give me your blessings. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. So, we're reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 73. Chapter is entitled, Lord Krishna blesses the liberated kings. And today we're reading texts 1 through 9. We're beginning the chapter today. Srimad Bhagavatam is topmost of all Vedic literatures. We're so fortunate to be reading from Srimad Bhagavatam by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada and Shukadev Goswami. Nigama kalpaturor galitam phalam Shukamukadamrita drava samyutam Pibata bhagavatam rasamalayam Mohuraho rasika bhuvi bhavukaha. The first canto, first chapter, third shloka of Srimad Bhagavatam explains Nigama kalpaturor galitam phalam, that this Srimad Bhagavatam is the ripened fruit of all the Vedic literatures. Shukamukadamritadrava samyutam. It emanated from the lotus lips of Srila Shukadev Goswami. Therefore, this fruit, Galitam, has become more tasteful. Shukamukadamrita drava samyutam pibata bhagavatam rasamalaya. Bhagavatam says pibata. Pibata means drink. Pibata bhagavatam. Drink the Bhagavatam. Right? Drink the Bhagavatam. Through the ears, of course. Rasam alayam. It's rasa, so filled with rasa, alayam. It's an abode of rasa. Like you go to the library, it's called Vidyalaya. Vidya, knowledge, alaya. Place of Vidya, place of knowledge. You go to the Bhagavatam, it's called Rasam alayam. The abode of rasas. It's filled with rasas. Mohur aho rasika bhuvi bhavukaha. It is there for everyone, all personalities, even the liberated souls. It was the topmost Vedic literature, the ripened fruits of all parts of the tree. The fruit is the best, and of all fruits, the ripe fruit is the best. Still, we're in mango season now, right? Ras is flowing. So the best is the paka or the kacha The paka the ripe mango is the best. So Srimad Bhagavatam is the ripe mango, the ripened fruit of the Vedic literature. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, jai ho. And we're reading from the 10th canto of the Srimad Bhagavatam, which is compared to the lotus face, the Sundar Padma Mukh, the lotus face, the beautiful lotus face of the Lord. So we're here in the ripened fruit, in the most tasty and juicy, sweet section of Bhagavatam, about Lord Krishna's pastimes. And in this section, this chapter is called Lord Krishna blesses the liberated kings. And in this section of Bhagavatam, we're hearing about the heart of the devotee, the mood of the devotee, and the potency of Krishna's association. Just by a moment of association with Krishna, the hearts of all of these kings, 20,800 kings, bis ajar at sol, right? Bisajar Atso, 20,800 kings were imprisoned. And now they're struggling to get out of prison. And Krishna has released them. And they bear no anger. They have no hatred. They have no grudge against Jarasandha, who imprisoned them. So this is so amazing that by the potency of Krishna's momentary association, their hearts were cleansed of any resentment that was caused to them by Jarasandha. So this is very powerful potency. Wouldn't it be great if we could also be cleansed of any hatred or grudge that we hold against anyone? They were imprisoned for so many years. They were dirty, emaciated. The word emaciated means very skinny, patla. They were very skinny, like patla, like a small nail, thin like a nail. But they had no grudge. But even if someone does something to us, like someone is serving prasadam to us on the prasadam queue, and they're serving the sweet rice, and somehow they miss us, and they go to the next person. Hey, Prabhu, you forgot to serve me the sweet rice. And then we bear some grudge against that devotee. Maybe doesn't like me. And it's so hard for us to overcome these grudges over even small things. But Lord Krishna's presence is so powerful. And even by a moment, all sense of grudge, all resentment was cleansed out of the hearts of these kings. And for us, we need that association of Lord Krishna is accessible to us through Kaler Dharma Nama Sankirtan. Through the age of Kali, the Yuga Dharma, the chanting of Krishna's holy names. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So, how did Krishna come to release the kings from the clutches of Jarasandha? So, King Yudhisthira had called Krishna to a meeting and said, "Oh, my Lord Krishna, I wish to conduct a Rajasuya sacrifice. By this sacrifice, your fame will be spread all over the world." And Lord Krishna agreed, "Yes, it's a good idea. Tatastu, go ahead and do it. But you must conquer all the kings on the planet for your sacrifice to be successful." So then devotees read Rajasuya sacrifice. Yudhisthira Maharaj sent all of his brothers to go and get the agreement of all the kings that they will be submissive to Yudhisthira Maharaj. So they went out. And everyone agreed to be submissive to King Yudhisthira except one person. Who was that? Jarasandha. So then Krishna, Arjuna, and Bhima, they had a plan. They dressed up like brahmanas and they went to see Jarasandha. And Jarasandha, as a kshatriya, dhanam, that's one of the qualities of a dhanam. Shuryam tejo dritir daksham yudhe chapya palayanam dhanam ishvara bhavascha kshatram karma swabhavajam. These are the different qualities of the kshatriya which Jarasandha had. He was always ready to fight. He was daksha, he was expert. He was Shoryam, he was dridhe, determined. Yudhe chapya palayanam, always at the front of the battlefield. And Ishwaram Bhavas, he had the desire to control. And Dhanam, he was very charitable.
Whatever anyone asked for him in charity, he would give that charity. So Krishna, Arjuna, Bhima, they were dressed like brahmanas, and they appealed, "Oh King Jarasandha, please, Bhiksham Dehi, please give us some charity." That's what Uttariya is good for, right? Uttariya, very beneficial. So they were begging him, and he could see the marks of the bowstrings on their arms. So he suspected, these are not brahmanas, they're so powerful, they have the marks of bowstrings, they must be Kshatriyas. But since they begged me in charity, I will agree. Yes, ask me any charity you want. What can I give you? O King Jarasandha, we want you to fight with us in battle. And King Jarasandha said, yes, I will fight with you, but not you, Krishna, because you ran away from the battle one time. You are a coward. And not you, Arjuna. What was the reason Arjuna was not qualified? He was younger. You're not my equal. You're not up to my qualification. You're younger than me. You're my junior. We're not equals. And then he saw Bhima. Big Bhima. And he said, yes, we will fight. So they began, they each took a gada, they took a club. And the fighting began, and they began smashing each other. Smash, smash. And they smashed and smashed and smashed each other. But they could see that both of them were equal. No one was winning the fight. And then Krishna, he gave an indication to Bhima how he could win the fight. He picked up a piece of grass like this. And then he split the grass. The grass is like this. I need some help. Help. Hold this. He went like this. And by this he indicated what Bhima should do to Jarasandha. Jarasandha was like this, and then Krishna said, you should go like this. Like that. So then, Bhima took the cue, and in the middle of the fight, they were fighting so hard. Then Bhima threw Jarasandha to the ground, grabbed both of his legs, and he made a wish. And he tore him into two pieces. And then it was so grotesque. Blood was everywhere. No one could watch. People covered their eyes. And then somehow by mystic potency, Jarasandha again came together again. And again fighting went on. And again Bhima took him and again he came together. And they kept fighting. And then Bhima again threw him to the ground. And then last time, and then took the two pieces and the two parts landed long distance away. Bahod lamba wala. Sandhya was killed. Bhima ki jai. So then all the kings, these 20,800 kings, they were released from the prison because Jarasandha had kept them. And they saw Lord Krishna, and we see that they were dirty, they were skinny, and they offered their gratitude to Krishna. And in today's verse, they offer prayers to Krishna. And this was their prayer. Yesterday, Raja Uvacha, the king said, "Obeisances to you, O Lord of the ruling demigods, O destroyer of your surrendered devotees' distress. Since we have surrendered to you, O inexhaustible Krishna, please save us from this terrible material life which has made us so despondent." Nainam natanu suyamo, that we do not, enam, with this nata, O Master, hey nata Narayana, hey nat, O Master, we do not, anusyamaha, we do not find fault. We are not criticizing you, Krishna. We know everything is going on under your control. Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchit Ananda Vigraha Anadir Adir Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam. Everything is under Krishna's control. He's the Ishvara. They know this. But still, even though they suffered so much, they did not find fault. Anasuyamaha. Anasuyamaha. They did not find fault. Magdham, the king of Magda, Madhusudana, O Krishna, Anugraha. This is only your mercy. Now this is Bhakta Ki Dristi, or this is the vision of the devotee. Whatever bad happens to them, they see it only as the mercy of Krishna. And they see it's not bad. Krishna is Suridam Sarva, the best friend of all living entities. So anything bad that happens, it seems to be bad, but it's not bad. It's anugraha. It's Krishna's special mercy. One time, Srila Prabhupada was running a business, a pharmaceutical business, making medicines in Allahabad. And then the people in his shop, his employees, they stole the medicines. They plundered the shop. And everything was gone. And Prabhupada's business was kharab. It was spoiled. Katam ho gaya. And then Prabhupada just smiled and laughed. And he quoted this verse with this word anugraha, anugrahisyami. He said, by the mercy of Krishna, everything was taken away from me. Because when Krishna is kind, he takes everything away from us and leaves us just with his service. When Haridas Thakur went to the prison house, the prisoners, they said, "Oh, great Saint Haridas, you have come. Kripaya Asirwad Dijiye. Give us a benediction." And Haridas Thakur said, "May you always remain as you are in your difficult situation, because it is in that situation that you can remember Krishna and constantly chant the holy names. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. So this word anugraha is very, very important in the hearts of the devotee. We see whatever happens to us, even we don't find any fault with Krishna. Anusuyamaha. Anusuyamaha. We don't find any fault, And we see every situation as anugraha. Anugraha, Krishna's special mercy. One time I was in Bhaktivedanta Hospital with three great souls. Param Puja Radhanath Swami Maharaj, Param Puja Jai Advaita Swami Maharaj, and Param Puja Sridhar Swami Maharaj. Sridhar Swami Maharaj was feeling, I'm going to leave my body. He called all of us to his room. He told me, you sing this song, Shri Rupa Manjari Pada. That's the song that Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur wanted to be sung when he was leaving his body. And he asked me to sing. We all sang this song together. Then one young girl, Mataji, from Germany, only in her mid-20s, maybe 25 years old, she had come for Panchakarma. And she was diagnosed with breast cancer. And she was given 6 months to live, just coming for routine Panchakarma. She asked Radhanath Swami Maharaj, can I meet you for guidance? He said, yes. And he asked me to sit with them. And Maharaj told her, you must learn this verse. This is your homework. From the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, the prayers of Lord Brahma. Please repeat after me. Tate nukampam susamikshamano. Tate nukampa susamikshamano. Bunjana evatma kritam vipakam. Bunjana evatma kritam vipakam. Vidvag vipur bir vidadan namaste. Vidvag vipur bir vidadan namaste. Jiveti yo mukti pade sadaya bhav. Jiveti yo mukti pade. Lord Brahma prays, oh my Lord, I've done so many terrible things in my previous lifetimes. I've done so many previous sins in this lifetime. Whatever suffering, whatever disturbances and difficulties I'm going through in my life now, my Lord, whatever suffering and distress I am undergoing, I deserve much worse. And you are only giving me a small token of the suffering that I actually deserve. And that is for my own purification. You are so kindly, anugraha, you are giving me your special mercy by purifying me. And a person who can pray in this mood with a grateful heart, kritagnaha, right? Kritagna, grateful heart, the kingdom of God becomes their rightful claim. So this is a very deep sentiment that is also expressed here by these 10,800 kings that had been captive by Jarasandha. They were freed, and despite their distressful condition, their hearts were purified instantly upon darshan of Lord Krishna, and they were able to express this beautiful prayer today that said even they don't blame Jarasandha. They have no hatred towards anyone. Because a devotee, Titikshasva, Karunika, Suridam Sarvadehinam, Ajatra Shatrava Shanta, Sadavaha, Sadhubhushanaha. He's tolerant, he's merciful, and he's the best friend of all living entities. And we're so fortunate that this message of Srimad Bhagavatam has been given to us by His Divine Grace, Srila Bhai Charanarvinda Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai, and his followers. And Srila Prabhupada would sign every letter, your ever well-wisher. And this is the mood of the devotee. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Are there any questions or comments? Yes, Prabhu. Do we have another microphone? Dusra mic hai?
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Maharaj, for your very nice class. It was like I was in a Bollywood movie. In the beginning of the class, you said that Prabhupada wrote the summary to that chapter. Is that true?
Oh, that's a good question. Probably not. Yeah, because this is chapter 73. And at the beginning of every chapter, Prabhupada has the policy to put some chapter summary. So out of habit, most of the time we're reading the section where Prabhupada is actually writing it himself. Although Prabhupada said, I did not write my books, Krishna has written my books. Krishna is dictating. So thank you for clarifying that point. Thank you, Hare Krishna. Or kuch chahiye?
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much Maharaj for nice class. Maharaj, we see here these kings, how they gone through this situation in their life of suffering, but they come out so wonderful with such wonderful consciousness. When we see as practicing devotees, when we gone through such situations in life, generally it becomes theoretical for us to have such consciousness. According to our nature, we react to the situation. So what it takes, Maharaj, from that level of response, when we blame others, blame situations, to come to the consciousness of considering is a mercy of Krishna, what it takes, where the journey, Maharaj, happens, please guide.
Thank you so much. If I understand your question properly, you're asking that how these kings, they had such a rapid transformation in their hearts, and why we struggle so much to undergo this transformation, and what can we do to move forward. Is correct? Yes. So the reason the kings had such a jaldi, rapid acceleration of consciousness was because they personally had the association and darshan of Krishna standing right in front of them. So when Krishna is right there, the acceleration of the purification process is extended, expanded, multiplied thousands and lakhs and crores and millions and billions of times. This is a unique aspect of Krishna's avatar, as Krishna, as Ram, as Nrsingadev. When Krishna personally takes avatar, there's very rapid transformation in the world. That's a special quality of these avatars. Like when Krishna was fighting on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, pulling the chariot for Arjuna, every person on that battlefield that died got liberated. So because of Krishna's presence there. So these kings got the super accelerated mercy, anugraha, the special mercy, as well as did Lord Brahma and his prayers that we just shared from the 10th canto. He had the personal association, Krishna. Indra, after Krishna lifted Govardhan Hill, personal association of Krishna. Very fast purification comes. So the holy name and our other practices of Krishna consciousness, like Srimad Bhagavatam, association of devotees, prasadam, these are very powerful means of purification. But that's why Srila Prabhupada said Krishna consciousness is a gradual process. So generally, Krishna consciousness is a gradual process. We have to just participate in the process that Srila Prabhupada has given us, morning program,
chanting 16 rounds, following four regulative principles, engaging in the mission of spreading Krishna consciousness, Prativateya Chayata Nagaradi Gram, Sarvatra Prachar Hoibe Mora Nam, spreading Krishna consciousness and associating with devotees. It's very powerful. It works, but it's a gradual process. We don't see it working sometimes, but it's working. His Holiness Mahavishnu Goswami Maharaj from Gujarat, who left this world now, he gave a very nice example showing how Krishna consciousness is powerful, but it's gradual and we don't see it working, but it's working. Just like he gives the airplane example. Who here has flown on an airplane before? Have had experience in airplanes? Okay. When the airplane is on the ground and it's taxiing on the runway, getting ready to take off, it's going slow and then it starts speeding up. And then it starts going down the runway, going fast. And it's going super fast. Much faster than a car, twice as fast as a car, 3 times faster than a car, 4 times faster. Awesome. It takes up into the air. And you're flying on the airplane and you see that the buildings are starting to look like matchboxes. And the cars are very tiny and everything is small and you fly up in the air. And if you fly here from the airport, then you see the ocean and everything gets smaller and smaller. The flights usually go up to about 20,000 or 30,000 feet average. When it gets up around cruising altitude at the 20,000 feet, levels off, and you hear the sound, bing bang. Please take off your seatbelts. If you like, you can unfasten your seatbelts. People start moving around. People start watching movies. And people start serving snacks and this kind of thing. And you feel bahud aram se. You feel relaxed. And you look out the plane window and it seems that the clouds are there. Badal hai. But sabhi bahut shant hai. Everything is peaceful. And it doesn't look like you're moving fast at all. It looks like you're just kind of hanging in the sky. But in reality, you're moving even faster than you were on the ground. So when we first take to Krishna consciousness, we see immediate results in bhakti. We can give up sinful activities. We can get some taste and attraction for Mangala arati and an association of devotees. But then after some time, we feel we're not making much progress. But if we're properly practicing Krishna consciousness, we're making very, very fast progress. And we should not just practice Krishna. It's not, we hear, practice makes perfect. But it's not practice makes perfect, it's perfect practice makes perfect. So we should be very diligent and focused in how we are practicing Krishna consciousness. And when we practice Krishna consciousness in the right way, it may seem like we're not advancing, but yes, we are advancing. And it's a gradual process. So we have to be patient. Does that answer your question? Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Yes, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, thank you very much for such a wonderful class. Maharaj, Krishna put this proposal to Jarasandha for fighting.
Say again?
Krishna put this proposal to fight to Jarasandha. He may have refused that, but out of his charitable nature, he agreed. Similarly, Karna is also famous for his charitable nature, and both of them got killed by cheating. So while materialistic people, while they glorifying the Karna or Jarasandha, they demonize the value of Krishna. So how to understand this point?
How to understand that materialistic people, they like to degrade and deride and criticize Krishna.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you for your question. Oh, this is the nature of people in this material world.
that Lord Krishna explains in the Bhagavad-gita. I believe it's 7th chapter, text number 15. Namam duskritino mudha, namam duskritino mudha, prapadyante naradamaha, maya paratak jnanam, asuram bhavam ashritaha. Krishna says 4 kinds of people do not come to me. He says, namam duskritino. First is mudha. Mudha is grossly foolish person, like an ass. Someone who is just working all day long and doesn't want to do anything except work, like a donkey. What do you say, gada? Gada, yeah. Ee-haw, 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 ee-haw. Just engaged in working. No concept of Krishna. Mudha. Prapadyante naradamaha. Naradamaha means the lowest of mankind. Those people, they're just fully engaged in intoxication. They're so much in tamagun, and they've no attraction to Krishna. Maya aparita jnana. Their gyan, their knowledge is stolen by Maya. Maya has stolen their knowledge. They may be big professors, and they think they know everything about astrophysics and philosophy, and they may be big scientists, but they're too proud, and their knowledge has been stolen by Maya. And then asuram bhavam. Asura means demon, bhava means nature. So some people have this demoniac nature, like Shishupal. Shishupal had a demoniac nature, and he wanted to criticize Krishna. He was just criticizing and hurling insults against Krishna and the Rajasuya sacrifice. And he criticized Krishna 98 times, 99 times, 100 times, 101 times. And then Krishna took his Sudarshan chakra and Shishupal's head fell to the ground. So some people have this nature of Shishupal. They are envious of Krishna and they want to criticize him again and again. So Krishna says in Bhagavad-gita 15:15, Sarvasya chamriti sanyavisto matasmikhir jnanam aponam cha Vedaischa savaraham eva vedyo Vedanta krit veda vedeva chaham. So mata smitir jnanam maponam cha. Krishna says, from me comes knowledge, remembrance, and forgetfulness. So Krishna gives people the intelligence to forget him. Krishna gives people the intelligence to ignore him. Krishna gives people the intelligence to insult him. So those people, they're criticizing Krishna. They say, oh, Krishna killed Karna. Krishna killed this Jarasandha by some cheating means. That Krishna is giving them that intelligence because that's their desire. Krishna is giving them independence. If they want to forget Krishna, Krishna is saying, that is your choice. And he's giving them the intelligence by which they may do so. Does that answer your question? Yes? Thank you very much. So I'm grateful to everyone for coming this morning. May aap sab bahut abhari hoon. Thank you for coming. Once again, best wishes to Maharaj for his preaching program. Let's chant again. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Bol.